All right, guys, I had a user viewer request to check out ADI recently. And then when I looked that up, I saw it was a semiconductor, and I checked the sector it was in, the industry. And then I said, holy Moses. I said, that thing is ripe. Ripe. All right, let's check it out. Soxs. So I got, okay, everything's here. So my deep dive into the semiconductor industry, I fetched the iShares PHLX Semiconductor Index Fund, and I grabbed all of the stocks in it, most of them, 99% of them, I think I have in this list. And I have a few other, some ETFs to play the long, ETFs to play the short. And we're going to go from there, guys. I'm going to go through the monthly chart. I'm going to try to go through most of these. And we're just going to identify the lines in the sand. So right now, look at that. It broke down on the monthly candle chart. Buyers came back in. After that, the next month, the buyers brought it back above the breakdown line, but the seller says, no. So for me, that's a lot of weakness. That price action staying below the 12-month moving average. That is just going to pile up. Any pullbacks now most likely going to be pullbacks and not corrections. We already had it here. And after that, we're going to continue to targets, continue bouncing off the 12-month moving average on broken down support that now has become resistance, and henceforth until the price action starts closing in too much on the 12-month moving average. It starts closing above, and after that we're going to enter a stage 1, and then after that means you want to be out, you want to take your profits, you want to sell, you want to rebuy, profit limit once you start entering. Just like here, you had that crazy stage 2. Look at that. Beautiful. And when you starting to get that volatility, it's a sign that something's up. And after that, you had a lot of warning signs to get out. You could have sold into strength here, but eventually you had a breakdown right here. And you should have taken out all your eggs at this moment out of this play and just wait for it to pan out, guys, and not pray that goes back up. Or else you'd be stuck here and then it's game over. Always, when you doubt, the trick I give myself is I always say I'm going to reassess. So as soon as I think, I'm going to move my sell stop, it's going to go back up, exit, stay on the sideline. So instead of being trapped and hoping, you're out. You're going to let the price action of the chart give you a new signal, and then you get back in. There is no use to stay in the chart, even if it's moving sideways. If you're not sure, if you have doubt, you're not sure your game plan's correct, get out. If you're out, you can't lose. It's not, and if it moves in the direction that you moved out in, and you say, I missed profits, that is not a loss, guys. It's not a loss. It doesn't make sense. Don't put yourself in that pressure. There's tons of stocks that are going to re-exploding at different moments. You get out, you get that money, and then after that, you re-enter a stock at the appropriate moment. And one day, you're going to ride a stock, and you're not going to have to worry about, it's signals telling you to sell. You're just going to ride a beautiful stock that's going to take care of you. It's going to bring you to the top. But for you to make money off this, you need to preserve your capital. And if you start losing your capital because you're hoping for the price action to go back up, that's each dollar you're losing here. It's a dollar you don't have to invest here. All right. Here you're trapped below 12-month moving average. Here you're not trapped. You're going up. All right. So save your dollars here. Every dollar saved is a dollar that you could reinvest in a better stock, guys. There's a reason you're trapped. There's a reason you say, something's wrong. And as soon as you hope, that hope means that you're doing something wrong. You shouldn't have that feeling, I hope it goes back up. That means something is wrong. Bail, reassess. And if you have to move to another stock that's exploding, you'll be so happy when you get that. Say, oh man, I'm so happy I got out of that stock. Even if that stock bounces and doesn't quite go down and goes back up, doesn't matter. You shouldn't be here. Because under a 12-month average, you're just one step closer to going down than going up. Because to go up, you need the price action to go back above the 12-month average and then bust all these previous highs. Lots of resistance, and then go up. You're so much further away from making a new high when you're here than when you're here. where you're already closing in on and breaking above new highs. Woo! Okay. All right, let's blitz. I'm at breakdown line here. Too far away from the 12-month moving average to get in. I'm going to probably want for this to pull back right around here, if ever it pulls back, and then play continuation breakdown. AMD still above the 12-month moving average, holding strong, taking a good hit today. Buyers coming in. Eventually, this is probably going to be a play when we're below the 12-month moving average. We're going to probably be able to short that. ASLM holdings. Here's where I identified my monthly defined breakdown line. Price action below. So here, this is embryonic. We're ahead of the curve. Put an alert here. I'm going to put an alert right now. Never a better time than now. Create alert. And when that's busted, I'm below 12-month moving average. I'm going to start angling downwards. And I'll have a good risk to reward breakout right here. Close. All right. Avgo. Horizontal breakout line. Look at that. 12-month moving average. Refuting. And this is another one where you could send alert. And as soon as we break down below that, monthly close below that. All right. There's a lot, man. Semiconductors, guys. These are stage 3s. Well, we saw the soxs, right? The soxs is the index. So the index is already in stage 4. It's going to create pressure. Some of those stocks are leading into stage 4 already, which are advanced, which we can't go in right now unless a pullback. Some are still in the stage 2, not even entering stage 3. So we're going to keep an eye on those. We're not going to short them. But the ones that are getting close to their breakdown lines and that have 12-month moving average skewing downwards, those are the ones that we're going to be aiming to take a position in. Cree, no go, still not above the monthly defined breakdown line. Psy, below, buyers coming back in. Here maybe we could have had a chance. Now we're too far away. So this one we really have to wait for a move right here, close to the 12-month moving average before entering. ENTG, monthly defined breakdown line, price action below, going down, again, kind of far away from 12-month moving average. These are stocks that were leading, that were probably breaking down before the SOX index was. They're leading the leading stocks that were already trying to drag down the price, the look of the SOX index. So these are too far advanced right now to have a good risk-reward ratio. It's too far away from the 12-month moving average. Integrated device. Wow, that thing is just hanging up there. Okay, so that's a strong stage 2. We can't touch that right now. I set this line in the sand right here, but that's one of the ones pulling the SOX index and trying to remake it into an uptrend. But it's small weight. It's a small weight versus all the other ones, and that you'll see that they're mostly in stage 3s and stage 4s. Price action below the 12-month moving average. Intel, lots of noise. See those wicks, crazy volatility. But here's our line in the sand at 45. Once we get close to that, we're going to want to keep a close eye on that for a short. Clack. Broke down. Price action went back up. Sellers got back in, hitting some more monthly defined support. Again, too far away from the 12-month moving average. We're going to have to wait for that price action to either move sideways until the 12-month moving average catches up and then play a continuation breakdown. Take notes, guys, or replay the video after I'm done for these levels, or re-identify them. Lots of cover. Broke down here, 12-month moving average going down, too far away, holding just like clacks. Next line of support right here. Hopefully it could stay within this range for a little while to let the 12-month moving average catch up, and then we could short. Remember embryonic breakdowns, and after that sometimes it's not enough. You have another zone of support, and then the 12-month average really starts queuing downwards because of all that price action below, creating a crazy trend. Look, just like that trend lasted for years. Well, usually stage 4s are faster because they're more fear gets in. They go faster down. That's the appeal of stage 4, is just that you're in and out way faster than all this small, low volatility going up. Fear's high volatility. See, I had to try to pull back up close towards the break, close towards the 12-month average, close towards that breakdown line, but the pressure, man. The pullbacks on stage 4s are less frequent than on stage 2s. They don't reach as close to the breakdown line just because of that fear and that velocity of fear that picks up. MKS Instruments, again, another one, advanced stage 4, had the breakdown here. Price action below 12-month moving average, pretty advanced, already in it. We really want to hit here. You want to wait for some type of pullback and then maybe continuation, maybe enter here if ever it gets to that level. Mellanox. Ooh, okay, that's one that's still in the stage 2. That high probably never going to be overcome for a short while. Went high, but sellers, candle, starting to bring that down. Look at that, all red today. So that one is definitely not a short, still in stage 2. Draw the line in the sand and just wait, guys. Don't force anything. Monolithic power and PWR, line in the sand. 112, price action below 12-month average, trying to go back up. Price action sellers bring back in. Same thing here, trying to break down, not quite ready, not enough downwards pressure. The more you have candles below the 12-month average, the more it's declining, the more pressure and less chances of these wicks getting pulled back up. After that, it's just the momentum of price action going down. Marvell Technology, wow, advanced. He started falling really fast, hitting some support here. Way too far from 12-month moving average to do anything. We have to wait and see. Maybe a bounce back here. If we're lucky, it would be an awesome short. But right now, we're just too far off, guys. MU. First and original breakdown. Price action building up below 12-month average. Second breakdown, second level of support. And you see those pullbacks, they're not pulling back hard, guys. There's sellers coming into these rallies. If we'd be on the weekly, we'd see a lot of we'd see volume here on these pullbacks. Selling into it. And yeah, Micron. Hard short right here, unless we really believe that this support is good. I'd really like a little bit more time to get closer to that 12-month average. But like I said, the fear when it starts picking up. Oh, okay, this one's interesting. Maxim integrated. Broke down original breakdown, but 12-month average not really starting to skew downwards. But as long as the price action stays below, it's going to become flat and go down. Broke down below this support right here. Now become resistance. You see how the wick tried to go up. It bled through that resistance, support and resistance, only to be brought back down. This has a potential of kind of far away from the 12-month average, but this has a potential of a short. You could eventually zoom in on the weekly and see to fine tune that entry to have a maximum of protection. To identify weekly defined support, resistance, to make sure that we have a good timed entry. NVIDIA. Look at that. What's that? Chicken scratches from previous podcasts. Chicken scratch. All right. Broke down. This level here, I had identified 225. Buyers coming back in. Here would have been a good risk to reward. Oh. Control Z. Here would have been a good risk to reward. Now trying to fall away. Next line of support right here. So NVIDIA I'd like more price action here. See how if the buyers could bring it back in before full meltdown and then get better risk to reward ratios here and zoom in on the weekly, see how the volume behaved and really get on the good side, really have that weight of evidence in your favor. NXP, wow, stage 4. Level here, broke down. See the sellers, bring that below the 12-month moving average, closing it always below. Next level here of support, broken down. And then just down, hitting more support here. Wow. Okay. So we're very far away from the 12-month average. Nothing to do here. We're going to let that bounce. Trying to bounce back up. You see that with the buyers, the sellers coming back in. Here would have been good. That's my imagination. I know, guys, I'm blitzing. It's going to be a long podcast, but worth it, man. Sometimes you just got to do these snapshots. You got to look at all the charts at least once. Let your subconscious really absorb and not imagine yourself stuff that's not really there. Look at the chart, open it. 10, 15 seconds, just your brain, just to see it. And then your subconscious sometimes going to do some work for you. But you'll be happy that you just opened it, at least to look at it. Breakdown, but still going in an uptrend here. But now price action staying below 12-month average. Buyers aren't able to bring it back up. And now downtrend, guys. Too far away from the 12-month average to enter. Man, these things, when they start falling, they fall. Maybe here could have been a good entry. So until we have a pullback. So sometimes I think we have to zoom in on the weekly. And when these there's rallies on the weekly that brings all these wicks there, that's intra-weekly, intra-daily noise or price action. And when you see it gets close to that monthly defined breakdown line, support and resistance, those are probably good entries here to short on the pullbacks. PSI, ooh, nice. That's a nice one. Not too far away from the 12-month average. Looks like a top heavy, really solid top that's just really breaking down. Not too far away from the 12-month average. You had a pullback here on the weekly. This is an interesting short, guys. Might hit some support right here. Previous support turn resistance. Previous resistance turn support, sorry. And yeah, that one's interesting. PSI, I'm going to keep an eye on that. That could be a good candidate. QCOM. What? Oh, man, that one's messy. What can I do with that? Oh, man, these crazy candles, man, just skewing that 12-month moving average. Here's my line in the sand. Until I'm below 50, I think that I just have to wait. More candles need to be added for QCOM. QRVO. Oh, interesting. That's the last support. Going down through these support lines. Here's the resistance. So now 12-month moving average, like most of the other ones. Price action below, starting to skew it downwards, hitting some support, monthly defined support. Price action going back in. Kind of like QCOM, not super clean, guys. So you see, when you go through all the charts, you don't feel forced into choosing charts that are very volatile, that have not clear-cut signals to enter, low risk-to-reward entries because you're far away from the 12-month moving average. You don't have clearly defined breakdown lines, clearly defined resistance levels where you could hide your sell stop behind. You say, move on. You're looking for A++, guys. A++. Oh, this one's nice. Looks pretty top heavy. Price action below 12-month moving average. And look at that here. We could have had a nice opportunity probably on the weekly. Oh, right here. That price action getting close to that monthly defined resistance, previous support and resistance. Right now it's trying to fall away, but it could be worth a look at, unless you could wait for another pullback close towards that breakdown line here. Slab, Silicon Laboratories. Okay, another ETF. Well, this one looks pretty much like soxs. Same thing here. See, that's just beautiful. If you can't find any stocks to short, the index still looks pretty nice as a chart by itself, as a stage for a short. It's pretty close to 12-month moving average. Looks pretty clean to me. soxl, I think this is an ETF to play the long play. That looks like the index itself. Yeah, that one is messy, man. I don't get it. The bear short is just, the chart doesn't look the same. I don't know what the correlation is, but I would expect an inverse of the soxl 1-to-1, but something's really skewed. I don't know. I'm not sure I would play that one until I really understood that. Whoa, look at that. My scribbles. Oh my God. Remove all drawing tools. So that's the index, soxx. Not quite sure what the difference is between that and the sox. But this is a beautiful, beautiful stage for this type of chart. Multiple tested support line, broken down below 12-month average, skewing it downwards. That's just the beginning of a top. Breaking down. Timber. All the way back down here, man. All this is a vacuum. There's no reason you can't. Who knows where the target could be, right? But this is the next line of support. Previous resistance and support. 100. That's a vacuum. SSG. Okay, ultra short semiconductors. Same thing as soxs. Not quite sure. Looks like a stage 2 breakout. But I don't know if the correlation of the price move is the same as the sox long, soxl. SWKS, Skywork Solution, Advanced Stage 4. Oh. Recently we could have had a chance, but right now it's going to start hitting some monthly defined resistance. Previous resistance turned support right here, all the way down there. From this level, 77 to 62. And after that, just a monster top, guys. Using my chart trading framework. Yeah, my greedy target. I think I would let that one pan out. And then you have a crazy, crazy, crazy top. If ever you broke down below. Wow. Okay, that's insane. Insane. Not quite there yet. TR. Teradyne. Another formation above the 12-month, below the 12-month moving average. Never overcoming previous highs, lower highs, lower highs. And now as soon as we have a lower low here, then you know that you're in a stage 4 decline, stage 4 channel going down, downtrend. But we're not quite there yet. So until we close for this one below 32.50, avoid it. Ooh. TSM, Taiwan Semiconductors. Line in the sand, 36. Price action below 12-month average. Lower lows, not able to overcome them. So until we're close below that, those are good ones to keep an eye out, which are in solid stage 3s, edging stage 4s. So now we have a few that are pretty good, like PSI, that are probably playable very soon. You have some that they're too strong, still in stage 2s. And some that are still in the stage 3s, approaching stage 4s. Now your brain knows pretty much how. Look at that. Never overcoming these previous highs, lower highs. Breakdown. If we close below 96, done. Price action went back up. Here's another monthly defined support, now become resistance. Here we could have a good close. Good chance to get in right here, closing in on 12-month average. We'd have to zoom in on the weekly again. So this is interesting. This could be also a good play right here. Kind of far, but I like the fact that all these sellers coming in bring that price action back down below the breakdown line. All right, guys, 2 more USD scribbles. Scribble, scribble, scribbles. Okay. Beautiful top, broken down, price action below. Not quite trying to pull back, but again, you'd have to zoom in on the weekly to see how close we got here. And I don't know if ever we're going to go back here. And then after that, could have a low risk reward entry right there. Going to find some support right here at the 30 level. But after that, this thing could go back all the way to 17. XL and X. And wow. Okay, that one's in the stage 2. Nothing to do here. So you see for the majority, I don't know how many there are here. 30, 35, 30, 80, 30, 40. Stage 2 like this, we've met just a few. 2, 3. Most of them stage 4. Most of them stage 3. Guys, semiconductors, man, it's just waiting to implode. It's already started to implode, actually. So the momentum is just going to start building up. I think we're over the threshold of it getting back into a stage 2. But again, anything could happen. But the weight is starting to bear on that whole industry. And anything in it, look for weakness, not strength. And try to short that, guys. All right, let you go. Thanks again for subscribing. If you like it, thanks, guys. All right, ciao.